Hey, it's Rebecca Smith from the KBIA newsroom in Columbia, and it's time for Missouri Health Talks, a project where we listen in on Missourians' conversations about access to health care. This week we hear from Dr. Catherine Peterson. She's an associate professor of nutrition and exercise physiology at the University of Missouri. She spoke about the truth behind weight loss and how to find a balance in a time where fad diets are all the rage. Here's Dr. Peterson.
You know, there are four basic tenets of good nutrition. There's adequacy, there's balance, there is variety, and there's moderation. And so I would challenge anyone when they're looking at a diet plan, something that catches their eye, to see if it meets all of those four basic tenets. Adequate. It has to have all the vitamins, minerals, protein, essential fatty acids that your body needs to optimize its function. Okay, you need to have that adequate. B, it has to be balanced. That means you've got to have the right balance of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, the right balance of minerals, the right balance of vitamins. Minerals are kind of divas when it comes to being absorbed. Too much of one, like too much calcium, can throw off iron absorption. So you could throw yourself into iron deficiency. So balance is super important in nutrition. So adequacy, balance, variety. You need to cast a wide net. There's not one food, one supplement that's going to meet all of one's dietary needs. The only exception to that is during infancy. During infancy, at least the first 6 months of infancy, human infants can live solely on human milk. Any other time in life, though, you need to cast a wide net so that you can capture all the vitamins, all the minerals, all the proteins, the essential fats, etc., that your body needs to optimally function. And then the final is moderation in everything, and that people have a hard time with that. We tend to want to go to one extreme or another, and moderation, though, is a key because you can have too much of a good thing. Even water, although it's unlikely. So any diet that violates any four of those basic tenets, it's likely, at least in the long term, it's going to set you up for some health problems. Short term, the human body can survive just about anything. It's the long game, the long term that makes a difference. So sometimes that's what's hard to convey to people when they see a new diet or even in the scientific literature, a diet plan that's been studied. Oftentimes these are only studied for maybe 12 weeks at the most. That's, according to a whole lifespan, that's a very short amount of time. And you want a diet that's going to take you in for the rest of your life, and so it requires behavioral change. And most of these kind of quick and dirty diet plans do not include behavior change. And so it's likely that once you stop that diet, very likely, in fact, something like 95 to 98% of people who lose weight will regain it. We could talk a lot about different diets that are out there that are promoted, whether they're low carb or low fat. If you look at the scientific research, they all pretty much work as long as you are watching the calories that you take in and balancing that in with activity. Most people will lose weight. There's no special remedy of mixture of carbohydrate, fats, and proteins as long as it's in a healthful range.
That was Dr. Catherine Peterson speaking about diet culture and the key ideas to keep in mind when creating a healthy lifestyle around food and exercise. That's it for this week's Missouri Health Talks, which was reported and produced by Sarah Petrovich. Tune in next week for more conversations from throughout the state about health and access. I'm Rebecca Smith. Thanks for listening.